The tremendous spread of the universe, in the midst of systems whirling in their heavenly dance, I, the everlasting one, shout to you, my dearest creation. In the peaceful murmurs of the evening and the delicate stir of the breeze, I entice you to tune in to notice the voice that reverberates inside your spirit. For in the profundities of your being, I have sowed the seed of heavenly reason, a sacrosanct mission that anticipates your disclosure. As you venture through the maze of presence, exploring the exciting bends in the road of life's way, realize that I am ever present, directing you with relentless love and endless effortlessness. However, the whirlwind of the world might muffle my voice on occasion, I stay ardent in my quest for fellowship with you. Hold nothing back from the ensemble of creation to the chorale of stars, singing gestures of recognition to the daybreak, and the tune of waves crashing upon shores. In the tranquility of your being, you will find me pausing, prepared to give shrewdness and disclosure that rises above human comprehension. Try not to let the interruptions of the material domain cloud your vision or mislead you. All things considered, adjust your ears to the song of the heavenly, the tune that resounds all through the universe, reverberating with the musicality of your spirit. As you set out on this excursion of otherworldly arousing, realize that you are rarely alone. I'm the consistently present aid, the delicate murmur in the evening, driving you home to the asylum of my adoration. Embrace the call to tune in, darling, for in the quietness you will find the responses you look for and the harmony that outperforms all comprehension. In the embroidery of presence, there exists a fragile harmony among light and shadow, between the brilliance of truth and the charm of trickery. As you track the tangled passageways of life, you will experience the unobtrusive murmurs of murkiness, alluring you to wander from the way of nobility. The powers of dimness, epitomized by the enemy of your spirit, try to entrap you in their snare of falsehoods and trickery. They shroud themselves in overwhelming masks, taking on the appearance of specialists of freedom while hiding their actual expectation, to steer you off track from the heavenly reason that courses through your veins. Be careful, darling, for the enticements of obscurity are complex. They might appear as passing joys, captivating you with commitments of satisfaction and delight. They might shroud themselves in the pretense of common achievement, enticing you to spurn your ethical compass in quest for passing wealth and transient magnificence. However, know this, the way of dimness is laden with danger, driving just to profound destruction and existential pain. It is a way covered in deception, where the commitments of bliss disintegrate like morning fog, abandoning just an empty void. However, dread not, for you are not feeble in that frame of mind of enticement. Equipped with the radiance of heavenly truth, you have the solidarity to oppose the alarm called dimness. Draw upon the wellspring of confidence that dwells inside you, for it is an encouraging sign in the most obscure of evenings, in snapshots of uncertainty and vulnerability. Recollect the words engraved upon your heart. However I stroll through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no malicious, for you are with me. Thrust in the direction of the heavenly, and let the brilliance of truth enlighten your way. For even amidst haziness, there exists a flash of light, a glinting fire of trust that can't be doused. Embrace the light, darling, and allow it to oust the shadows that take steps to overwhelm your spirit. In the pot of life, you will experience preliminaries that test the actual texture of your confidence. These preliminaries are not simple luck, yet rather they are appointed by the hand of fortune to refine and fortify your soul at the point when affliction strikes and the whirlwind seethes around you. It is not difficult to flounder in uncertainty the kindness of the heavenly. You might address why such afflictions come upon you, and in your torment, you might feel deserted and alone. Be that as it may, know this misfortune isn't a discipline, yet a cauldron through which your confidence is filtered. It is in the profundities of bloom that the genuine proportion of your personality is uncovered, and it is in the pains of experiencing that your confidence is tempered like steel. However, the way might be loaded with hindrances and the excursion laborious, don't lose heart, for even in the most obscure of evenings, the stars actually sparkle, directing you with their heavenly light. Moreover, the heavenly presence is ever present, even amidst your preliminaries, offering comfort and solidarity to persevere. In the midst of preliminary, dismiss not from the heavenly, but rather gravitate toward with great affection and a remorseful heart. Look for shelter in petition and contemplation, and let the tranquility of the heavenly encompass you like a warm hug. Trust in the insight of provision, for even at your breaking point, there is a reason to be satisfied. Recall the expressions of the people of old. Count everything satisfaction, my siblings, when you meet preliminaries of different sorts, for you realize that the testing of your confidence produces faithfulness. Embrace your preliminaries as any open doors for development and change, realizing that through steadiness you will arise more grounded and stronger than previously. Thus, darling, when the tempests of life pounce upon you and the breezes of misfortune blow, stand firm in your confidence. For however the street might be long and the excursion challenging, the heavenly hand directs your means, driving you nearer and nearer to the satisfaction of your heavenly reason. Trust all the while, and let your confidence be the anchor that steadies your spirit in the midst of the wild oceans of life. In the embroidery of presence, the charm of common delights frequently coaxes like an alarm's tune, captivating humans with commitments of brief fulfillment and fleeting euphoria. However, underneath the facade of marvelousness, an extravagance lies await full of hazard, steering off course the people who capitulate to its enchanting charms. The world, with its horrid interruptions and temptations, presents an impressive test to the passionate soul looking for illumination and profound satisfaction. Material riches, licentious longings, and the quest for influence apply a strong gravitational force, drawing mankind away from the way of exemplary nature and steering them off course into the profundities of moral uncertainty. Be that as it may, regard this admonition, darling. The fortunes of the world are nevertheless morons cold, sparkling splendidly yet eventually empty, and absent any and all evident worth. For what does it benefit a spirit to acquire the entire world, yet relinquish its own embodiment? The quest for common delights might bring transitory satisfaction, yet the quest for profound illumination yields never-ending satisfaction and internal harmony. Be careful the caches laid by the powers of dimness, for they look to entrap the unwary and lead them down the way of otherworldly ruin. Allurement sneaks everywhere, testing the purpose of even the most immovable spirits and baiting them into the chasm of moral rot. Yet dread not, for you are in good company in your battle. The heavenly presence looks after you, offering direction and security against the wiles of the world. In snapshots of enticement, go to the heavenly for strength and comfort, and let the radiance of truth enlighten your way. Recollect the lessons of the people of old, who cautioned against the risks of common connection and urged mankind to look for rather the fortunes of the soul. Develop modesty, empathy, and respectability, for these are the ethics that persevere past the momentary delights of the world. Notwithstanding enticement, let your confidence be your safeguard and your soul your aid. Oppose the appeal of transient joys, and on second thought, give yourself to the quest for profound illumination and moral uprightness. For through the development of the spirit, genuine bliss and satisfaction are found, rising above the transient joys of the material world. In the unpredictable embroidery of human life, there exists a relentless deception, the deception of control. From the snapshot of birth, humankind tries to state its territory over the world, to shape its determination as per its own cravings and desires. However, underneath the facade of independence lies a more profound truth, the acknowledgement that extreme control lies not with humans, but rather with the heavenly. Consider the excessive pride of the individuals who accept themselves bosses of their destiny, designers of their own predetermination. They endeavor enthusiastically to twist the world to their will, to cut out their own way no matter what the results. But notwithstanding their earnest attempts, they are faced consistently with the distinct truth of their own constraints. For the world is a tremendous and eccentric spot, represented by powers a long ways outside human ability to understand. From the moving tides of fortune to the impulsive impulses of destiny, mankind is nevertheless a leaf helpless upon the flows of predetermination. Furthermore, however we might mislead ourselves into accepting that we hold the reins of force, the fact of the matter is undeniably really lowering. We are nevertheless travelers upon the inestimable excursion of life. But inside this acknowledgement lies a significant freedom, the opportunity that comes from giving up to the heavenly will. For in recognizing our own irrelevance and the amazing plan of presence, we open ourselves to the chance of heavenly direction and mediation. We discharge ourselves from the weight of control, surrendering our pointless endeavors to control the world to our own pleasures. All things considered, we place our confidence in the insight and generosity of the heavenly, realizing that main through give up evident harmony and satisfaction can be found. We embrace the vulnerability of life, realizing that even notwithstanding misfortune, we are held in the carrying hook of the heavenly. So let go of the deception of control, darling, and give yourself over to the heavenly will. Embrace the progression of life, believing that each diversion of the excursion is directed by a higher reason. For in giving up to the heavenly, we find a significant feeling of opportunity and inward harmony that rises above the constraints of mortal presence. In the immense field of the universe, where light and haziness dance in timeless clash, there exists an enticement that sneaks in the shadows, the allurement of dimness. An enticing power murmurs to the spirit, promising power, delight, and satisfaction past creative mind. However, behind its flabbergasting veneer lies just hopelessness, obliteration, and despondency. From the beginning of creation, the powers of light and murkiness have pursued a ceaseless battle for the hearts and psyches of mankind. Every step of the way, humans are faced with decisions to embrace the light and walk the way of uprightness, or to capitulate to the appeal of dimness and embrace its vacant commitments. But for some, the draw of haziness is powerful. It offers the tempting appeal of illegal information, the adventure of defiance, and the inebriating surge of force. It murmurs lies of self delight, asking humans to enjoy their most obscure longings without outcome or regret. Be that as it may, be careful, for the way of haziness is a tricky one, laden with hazard and trickery. Away drives just to surrender, leaving Naf toward a path of broken lives and broke dreams. For in the hug of murkiness there is no comfort, no reclamation, just perpetual affliction and torture. But even in the profundities of obscurity, there exists a hint of something to look forward to, the illumination of heavenly elegance. For regardless of how far we might wander from the way of uprightness, the heavenly is consistently there, prepared to invite us back into the warm hug of its adoration and pardoning. So notice the admonition, darling, and oppose the enticement of obscurity. Get some distance from its unfilled commitments and embrace the illumination of heavenly truth. For just in the light could we at any point track down evident satisfaction, reason, and euphoria. In the huge field of human experience, hardening remains as a guide of light in the midst of the obscurity of hatred and harshness. It is a heavenly ideals, a sacrosanct demonstration that has the ability to recuperate wounds, repair broken connections, and reestablish congruity to the spirit. However, notwithstanding its extraordinary potential, pardoning is many times one of the most difficult parts of the human excursion. As a human being crossing the wild territory of life, you have without a doubt experienced snapshots of harm and disloyalty caused upon you by others. These injuries might run profound, putrefying inside the openings of your heart, and harming your soul with outrage and disdain. Even with such agony, the regular tendency might be to grip the sensations of valid anger, to look for revenge against the people who have violated you. In any case, I say unto you, dear kid, that the way of retaliation is a way loaded with murkiness and depression. A way drives just additional misery, catching you in a pattern of sharpness and hatred that can consume your actual soul. All things considered, I ask you to embrace the extraordinary force of absolution, to set yourself free from the chains of outrage and contempt, and to stretch out elegance and sympathy to the people who have violated you. For in pardoning others, you free yourself from the weight of conveying their offenses upon your shoulders. You discharge the harmful energy that has harmed your soul, permitting the mending light of heavenly love to flood your spirit and wash away the stains of hatred. What's more, in this manner, you open yourself to a more profound encounter of internal harmony and satisfaction, unhampered by the heaviness of past complaints. Yet, let me get straight to the point. Pardoning is certainly not an indication of shortcoming, nor is it a supporting of the wrongs that have been finished to you. Rather, it is a demonstration of solidarity and mental fortitude, a readiness to rise above the impediments of human feebleness and tap into the limitless supplies of heavenly love inside your heart. It is a decision to break the pattern of harm and torment and to manufacture a way of recuperating and compromise for you and others. So I entreat you, darling, to set out the significant weight of unforgiveness and to embrace the freeing force of pardoning. Look for comfort in the information that you are held in the caring hug of heavenly beauty, and that through absolution you can encounter the significant opportunity and internal harmony that comes from adjusting your heart to the heavenly will. In the woven artwork of human life, sympathy is the brilliant string that winds around together the texture of our common mankind. The delicate hand contacts lift others up in the midst of hardship, the sympathetic heart that resounds with the delights and distresses of individual creatures. However, in a world frequently damaged by division and friction, the act of empathy has turned into an uncommon and valuable product. My adored kid, I call upon you to develop the hallowed righteousness of sympathy inside your heart to exemplify the heavenly characteristics of thoughtfulness, compassion, and figuring out in the entirety of your connections with others. For it is through empathy that you can connect the partitions that differ mankind and fashion associations that rise above the limits of race, religion, and culture. Now and again, the excursion of life might lead you to experience people who are unique in relation to you, who hold convictions and points of view that wander from your own. At these times, it is not difficult to capitulate to the enticement of judgment, to see others through the limited focal point of bias and predisposition. In any case, I ask you to oppose this drive and on second thought, to move toward every individual with an open heart and a feeling of sympathy. For each spirit you experience has participated in their own remarkable excursion of development and change, exploring the intricacies of presence in their own specific manner. Also, however their way might vary from yours, they are bound to you by the consistent idea of mankind, joined in the common experience of euphoria and enduring win and affliction. So I ask you, darling, to view kindred creatures with eyes of empathy, to see past the outer layer of superficial presentations and perceive the heavenly flash that dwells inside every single soul. Embrace the chance to stretch out some assistance to those out of luck, to offer uplifting statements to the discouraged, and to partake in the delights and distresses of your kindred voyagers on the excursion of life. In developing sympathy, you elevate the hearts of others as well as advance your own soul with the significant elegance and magnificence of heavenly love. For it is through thoughtful gestures and sympathy that you conform to the higher motivation behind presence and satisfy the hallowed mission of spreading adoration and light in a world that is in many cases covered in haziness. So let sympathy be your directing star, enlightening your way with the brilliant sparkle of heavenly elegance, and driving you nearer and nearer to the core of the heavenly. In the unpredictable embroidered artwork of human connections, pardoning fills in as the sensitive string that retouches the frayed edges of broken associations and reestablishes agreement to the texture of our common presence. It is a significant demonstration of boldness and empathy, brought into the world from the profundities of the spirit and mixed with the groundbreaking force of heavenly beauty. However, in spite of its intrinsic excellence and importance, absolution stays perhaps of the best test that humankind faces. My dearest kid, I call upon you to embrace the hallowed act of pardoning, to deliver the weights of disdain and outrage that weigh weighty upon your heart, and to open yourself to the mending emollient of heavenly benevolence. For in absolution, you open the way to freedom and inward harmony, liberating yourself from the shackles of past damages and complaints, and permitting the radiance of adoration to enlighten your way again. I comprehend that the excursion of pardoning is definitely not a simple one, that it requires boldness, lowliness, and an eagerness to relinquish the longing for retaliation and revenge. However, I guarantee you, darling, that the compensations far offset the difficulties from pardoning. You find the genuine substance of your being a brilliant flash of heavenly light, everlastingly associated with the wellspring of all creation. Absolution isn't tied in with excusing the activities of others or denying the aggravation they might have caused you. Rather, it is a significant demonstration of confidence and self-recuperating, a gift that you provide for yourself as much regarding the individuals who have violated you. By delivering the hold of hatred and embracing pardoning, you recover your power and sway, and step into the completion of your heavenly legacy as a cherished offspring of the universe. So I ask you, darling, to relinquish the weights of the past and embrace the groundbreaking force of pardoning. Discharge the chains that tight spot you to injuries from long ago and complaints, and permit the mending light of heavenly elegance to wash over you, purifying your soul and reestablishing your spirit. For an absolution, you track down opportunity independence from an earlier time, independence from affliction, and at last, opportunity to live and cherish with an open heart. Furthermore, as you walk the way of absolution, recall that you don't walk alone. I'm with you continuously, directing you with adoration and shrewdness, and holding you in the hug of my boundless empathy. Trust in the force of absolution to recuperate and change, and realize that through the demonstration of giving up, you make space for marvels to unfurl in your life and for favors unfathomable to stream into your reality. In the terrific orchestra of presence, love is the tune that resonates all through the universe, meshing its perfect harmonies into the texture of creation and imbuing each iota with its heavenly quintessence. The base power ties everything together, rising above existence and enlightening the tremendous span of the universe with its brilliant brightness. My adored kid, I address you now with the most consecrated and significant truth that you are forever held in the hug of heavenly love. From the snapshot of your beginning to the limitless breadth of endlessness, you are supported in the delicate arms of my unqualified fondness, valued, unimaginable, and adored unparalleled. However, amidst your natural hardships, it is not difficult to fail to focus on this crucial reality, to become captured in the deception of division and neglect, and to meander in the desert of forlornness and sadness. In any case, I'll let you know now, darling, that regardless of how far you might wander or how profound you might fall, my adoration stays undaunted and resolute, a consistently present, encouraging sign and comfort in the haziest of evenings. So I ask you, adored kid, to open your heart wide to the limitless supply of heavenly love that stays inside you to allow its mending waters to wash over you, purifying you of all apprehension and uncertainty, and recharging your soul with its endless effortlessness. For in the hug of heavenly love, you track down the solidarity to confront life's difficulties with boldness and flexibility, and the insight to explore its tempestuous waters with beauty and respect. Realize that you are rarely alone, darling, for I'm with you continuously, directing you with adoration and astuteness, and holding you in the delicate hug of my timeless love. Trust in the force of heavenly love to change your life and enlighten your way, and realize that through its brilliant light, you are everlastingly honored, perpetually valued, and always held in the arms of my boundless beauty. Thus, as you venture forward into the unlimited spread of endlessness, may you convey with you the information that you are profoundly adored, significantly appreciated, and interminably embraced by the heavenly. May you stroll in the illumination of my adoration, and may its brilliant shine enlighten your way and guide you securely home to the asylum of my everlasting hug. All in all, dear soul, I offer you these words as a consecrated greeting to stir to the heavenly presence that stays inside you. May you regard the call of your higher self and set out upon the excursion of self-revelation and profound arousing with fortitude and assurance. Recollect that you are the dearest offspring of the universe, saturated with endless potential and heavenly reason. Embrace the radiance of your own internal insight and permit it to direct you on your way, enlightening the way forward with lucidity and elegance. Realize that you are rarely alone, from with you continuously murmuring uplifting statements and consolation to your heart. Trust in the force of heavenly love to support you through life's hardships, and realize that you are unceasingly upheld by the unlimited elegance of the universe. May you stroll in magnificence and light, darling, and may the brilliance of your spirit sparkle brilliantly so that all the world could see. Go forward with fortitude and certainty. It are supernaturally directed and endlessly wanted to know that you, with endowments and effortlessness, your caring maker,